Hey there, thanks for listening and welcome to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you're looking to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact, all while staying true to who you are and the people you serve, this is the show for you. I'm Jennifer Tamborski, digital marketing strategist, fractional CMO, and founder of Virtual Marketing Experts. My team and I work with 6- and 7-figure coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs who are tired of playing the guru game of one-size-fits-all marketing. They're ready to create a business and marketing strategy that actually builds relationships with their ideal clients, creates massive shifts in their business, and rapidly increases their revenue. As your marketing matchmaker, I'm going to help you find the perfect marketing match for you. This show will teach you how to reach your ideal client, connect with your audience, build that perfect relationship, and generate more revenue. All through a process I like to call dating your ideal client. Now let's go have some fun. Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. The last episode, we discussed your strategic plan by really looking back at what you did and what you need to start looking at this coming year in order to make that strategic plan successful. If you haven't had a chance to listen, please pause this and head over to the last episode and give that a listen. It really will give you a lot of information about what it is that you need in your strategic plan. Because this episode, we're going to discuss your goals for the next year. This should absolutely be part of your strategic plan, because honestly, if you don't know where you're going to go, how do you create an effective roadmap to get there? Let's start this off by, again, taking a look back at what your goals were for this year and the year past. And I want to give you guys a little incentive to celebrate your wins. Even if you didn't make that big giant goal that you were reaching for, I am quite sure that you reached some important milestones in your business. Take some time to celebrate that. Acknowledge what you have accomplished so far this year. Seriously, this accomplishment and acknowledgement is an important part of your business development. We often look at the mistakes we made or the goals we didn't hit, and we negate the strides forward that we have made this year. Think about it this way. When a baby is getting up to walk and falls, we celebrate each step they took. We don't focus on the fall. We want them to continue to try again and again. Our business, our team, and most importantly, our own brains also need that encouragement. So take the time to focus on what you did really well this last year. It's going to help to focus on those goals for next year. If you know what you did well this year, you can take it into next year. So I found a study, a Harvard study not too long ago that I found incredibly interesting. It said that 83% of the population does not have goals, which I find kind of crazy and fascinating and kind of amazing, because I am such a goal-oriented person. Here's the thing though, 14% of the population have a plan in mind, but those are unwritten goals. And only 3% actually have goals written down. That same study found that those 14% of the people who have a goal in mind are actually 10 times more successful than those without goals. And that 3% who wrote those goals down are 3 times more successful than those that didn't write them down. So what does that really mean? Our success in business and marketing has a much higher possibility of being astronomically successful if we set our goals and write them down, which is one of the reasons that I focused this episode on goal setting. The best way to set a goal is to make sure that you are setting a SMART goal. When creating goals, it's important that they are strategic, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Those are the acronyms for SMART, if you didn't get that. So strategic, we want to make sure they fit in line with our strategy and with our business. Measurable, we need to be able to know whether or not we've hit that goal. So saying I want to increase my business is not measurable. Measurable means I want to increase my business by $5,000 or 5 clients or 1 person or whatever your thing is. It has to be measurable. Attainable. Is it realistic? Attainable and realistic kind of go hand in hand. So attainable, can you reach the goal? And realistic, is it realistic to expect to make $1 million in 30 days when you've never made $1? Not really. And time bound, making sure that you have a deadline at which you want to reach these goals. The best goals have benchmarks and KPIs, key performance indicators, to measure your success along the way. When it comes to my business and my marketing, I plan for goals in both business and marketing. In business, I look at my revenue overall. Was it good? What is the good, better, or best for the year? I'm always wanting to stretch, which is the best goal, right? It's that big, what do they call it? A big hairy goal or a big ass goal or whatever that big goal is. That's the stretch goal for me. And I also know for me that I need to have a minimum goal, right? Like the minimum I will accept for my business revenue goal is XYZ, whatever that means. This really helps me to focus on creating an effective plan to help me reach those goals. For me, business goal setting doesn't stop there. I also ask myself, what do I need to accomplish in the next year to achieve the overall vision for my business? What are my team goals? Who do I need to bring on in order to support the revenue and business goals that I'm setting? How many clients do I want to take on in what time frame? Again, measurable and time bound. And how am I going to reach those potential clients? And this, my friends, is exactly where our marketing comes into play and where my goal setting shifts over to my marketing setting. When it comes to my marketing, I'm going to look at things like my funnels and my paid traffic. What's my investment going to be for my marketing? What was it last year? And what do I need it to be for this coming year? Here's the thing. I know if I want to increase my revenue, I'm going to need to increase my marketing investment. It just goes hand in hand. However, I also want to make sure that I'm setting realistic KPIs, goals surrounding all of my marketing. So what does successful marketing look like for my business? Oftentimes, it's really not a direct sales correlation. Like spending $1 in marketing doesn't necessarily indicate that I'm going to make $2 or $3 in sales. There is some correlation there, but there's not necessarily a direct one-to-one. There are things in our marketing that in the long run will lead to sales. However, we get to focus on things like building our brand and engaging with our audience and growing our email list. These things don't necessarily have a one-to-one correlation between marketing and sales. So when we're setting our marketing goals, we often start with the revenue. So I'm going to keep the numbers simple here when I go into my example because math gives me a headache today. So how many clients do I need to have in order to hit a 7-figure business? What products or service do I need to sell? And at what price point? And how many of each of them needs to be sold in order for me to hit these goals, these big revenue goals? Once I have that broken down, I get to look at how I'm going to bring in those clients, which means creating that strategic marketing plan for the new year. Here's my example. Let's say you're like one of my clients and you sell a 10K coaching program. Again, we're using this for simplicity's sake. So these numbers are just examples, not definitive. This is what happens when you do this. Okay. Wanted to clarify that. So if you want to make $1 million within 12 months and you're selling a 10K program, you're going to need about 100 clients in order to do that. Now, if you do things like my client does and launch your service, your program, a launch just means you're opening and closing your doors. So you sell at a specific time, you sell a specific number, and then you close your doors until the next time period. When you're doing that, you know that you'll need to sell about 25 new clients at each launch. We then turn to your marketing and say, okay, how are we going to bring in those 25 new clients? Well, you can look at your past marketing and understand a little bit of a correlation of how many people you need to bring onto your list in order to get one new client. So if you average, let's say, every 100 person that comes on your list, one new client signs up. I'm going to say again, these aren't real numbers. And you can still get this kind of information from your KPIs. So you add 100 people to your list. You know that when you're running ads, it's averaging about $10 per person to add someone to your list, which means that you need to spend roughly $1,000 every month to grow your email list so that you can open your doors to bring in 25 new clients. This is a really simplistic breakdown of the direct correlation between revenue and marketing spend. However, oftentimes it's not as clear cut. And there are other goals that we want to achieve in our marketing that don't have a specific correlation to our revenue. Your marketing goals can include things like, how am I going to grow my brand this year? What are the tactics I'm going to use? Am I going to do Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, Reels, podcasts, emails? What funnel am I using to bring people into my list? Was my funnel successful last year? And if it wasn't, what can I do to make it successful this year? Do I need to completely retool? These are all the kinds of questions that come about when we're looking at our marketing and starting to set those goals. Also, knowing how many, let's say you're growing your brand and you're going to do a reel. If you listen to my Instagram organic traffic podcast earlier this month, you'll have heard that right now they're saying you're supposed to do 3 reels a day. I'm not sure who has the time to do 3 reels a day, but the point is, if you know you're going to do 3 reels a day, how many times a week are you doing that? How much are you going to invest your time into doing 3 reels a day? How are you going to do that? What time block of time you're setting aside to develop content? All of these things are the types of goals that we set when it comes to our marketing, which in the long run helps us to create a successful revenue base. And they may not seem like it at the beginning. Knowing what it is, the goals that we want to achieve in our marketing really will help us to create a successful business. By setting goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, SMART goals, you and your team, if you have one, I hope you have one, know exactly what you're working towards with no questions asked. Now that you've identified your goals for your business, it's time to look at the actual planning process. When you're looking at this, make sure that you're planning the who, what, when, where, and why of your business and your marketing. So who is your target audience? Do you need to shift it? Is there a new audience that you can relate to, that you can connect with? Where can you engage with your target audience? Sometimes it's Facebook, sometimes it's Instagram, it may be LinkedIn, or maybe it's time for you to start YouTube ads. Those are all options. Knowing where your ideal target audience is and where you need to be in order to engage with them is incredibly important. Which leads us to, what platforms do you need to spend your most time on? You can spend time on multiple platforms, but I'm going to tell you from a perspective, if you don't have a social media team helping you do that, it's incredibly difficult as a one-man show. So focus on one if you don't have the bandwidth for a team yet. How often do you need to post reels, post podcasts, post your content, all of those things? What kind of content? What is your sales funnel? What are those pieces that are going to build your marketing? Most importantly, who's going to create all of this content? Is that you? Or do you need to hire some team members in order to help you continue to grow your marketing? It's important to note that when you make these plans, things can change. I mean, things happen that are beyond our control. We're just now coming out of a pandemic that's lasted almost 2 years. That changed a lot of things for a lot of people. So we want to make sure that we're able to pivot and adapt to those changes. There are also other things that we may just misinterpret something on. Maybe we think that the best time to connect with our audience on Instagram is 9 a.m. But when we test things, we actually find out that it's 2 p.m. Knowing those KPIs and being able to adjust our plan based on those is really what makes for successful marketing. There's also things like major events in the marketing industry, or even in your own industry. For us, it was the iOS update, and we have another one coming out that's going to make more changes. So we, as marketers, get to help our clients make those adjustments so that we can help them to continue to be successful in their marketing. So when you're making your plan, make sure the plan is very clear and be willing to be flexible when it comes to actually executing that plan. Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to iTunes and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.